You may be thinking to yourself, if I were to move to another country, would Germany be a good option for me? Well, in this video, I'm going to try to help you out with the answer to this question. You see, Germany is unique in many ways, and frankly, it may not be for everyone. Depending on your answers to these questions, you should hopefully be in a better position to decide whether or not Germany is for you. Please note that these questions are generally about the more positive aspects of Germany, but don't worry, I'm also planning to make videos about the things here that aren't so positive. So, here we go. Question 1. Do you prefer taking public transportation instead of driving everywhere? If you like public transportation, you'll be happy to know that most German cities have excellent bus and rail networks, and these make it very easy to live without a car. Berlin, for example, has one of the best transit systems in the world. The rail connections between cities are also excellent. Germany has one of the best high-speed rail systems in the world. Yes, their rail network is currently in need of repair, but it is still far superior to anything in the US. Question 2. Would you like to walk more without having to drive for everything? Most German cities are set up so that you can easily walk to everything you need within 15 minutes or less. In general, you can easily walk to grocery stores, restaurants, coffee shops, retail shops, hair salons, doctors, and so much more. For those things that are farther away, you can easily walk to public transportation that will quickly get you where you need to go. By the way, I strongly recommend that if you plan to move to Germany and want to live in a downtown, that you do not bring a car with you, because it's just going to be an expensive burden that you'll barely use. Question 3. Do you like comfort food? Of course you do, but in Germany, the food is something special. The traditional German diet is heavily focused on meat, potatoes, bread, and cakes and pastries, or what some would call comfort food. If you like those things, you'll love German food. And since Germany is in Europe, you'll also have access to wonderful food from nearby surrounding countries like Italy, Poland, the Czech Republic, Austria, Switzerland, France, the Netherlands, Denmark, and so much more. The Neapolitan pizza in Germany, for example, is outstanding. There's also a wide variety of international foods to choose from, especially in Berlin. And believe it or not, there are also many excellent vegetarian and vegan options, especially in big cities. It's important to note that even though Germans do eat a lot of comfort food, they somehow have a much lower obesity rate than the Americans. According to the World Health Organization, as of 2022, the obesity rate in Germany was 24%, while the US was a staggering 43%. Maybe it has something to do with all of the walking that they're doing. Question 4. Do you love beer and wine? In addition to the great food options, Germany also has some of the best beer and wine in the world. Germany is one of the top producers and exporters of beer. You may have heard of some of our top breweries like Paulaner, Augustiner, Bitburger, Eyinger, and Erdinger. Some of these breweries have been operational since the year 1000. I recently read that there are about 1,300 breweries here, which is incredible for a country that's about the size of Montana. It seems like every city has its own breweries and beer gardens. So, if you like beer, there are certainly plenty of options for you here. Germany is also one of the top wine-producing countries in the world, and it has some excellent wines. The majority of the wine comes from areas along the Rhine and Mosel rivers, with white wines, particularly Riesling varieties, being most common. And, just like with beer, there are some very old wineries in Germany, with some even dating back to Roman times. So, not only is the beer and wine fantastic here, you can also drink alcohol in public here. You can't do that in the US. Question 5. Do you like soccer? If you're into soccer, or more accurately football, you'll love it here. Football is everywhere here. It's the most popular sport in Germany after all, and as you may know, football, the real one, is also the most popular sport in the world. The top professional football league in Germany, the Bundesliga, is one of the most watched football leagues internationally. There are 18 teams in the Bundesliga, including some you may have heard of, like FC Bayern München and Borussia Dortmund. Games are played every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over 10 months of the year. And Every little development in the world of German football is covered extensively in the media. On game days, you can easily watch games at home or even on the big screens provided in nearly every bar. And if that wasn't enough, there are several other leagues. You can find teams in every neighborhood and town throughout Germany. In fact, there are over 31,000 teams registered with the German Football Association. And I haven't even mentioned the German national team. So, rest assured, you won't be ridiculed or made fun of for being a football fan here. Instead, you'll fit right in. Question 6. Would you like to live in a social democracy? Germany is a social democracy. That means that even though Germany has a market-based economy, that social welfare, healthcare, education, and workers' rights are prioritized. Many government policies are focused on maintaining a strong social safety net and reducing income inequality. In Europe, there are many social democracies, but the strongest ones include the Scandinavian countries, France, and Germany. As a social democracy, Germany provides many awesome social benefits, including more vacation time, more time off for maternity and paternity leave, a higher minimum wage, more worker protections, public health insurance, etc. If you're into that, Germany might be the place for you. Question 7. Do you like it when people tell you exactly what they think or how they feel? The final question I'm going to pose today is about that famous German quality of directness. And this is one that many people, particularly Americans, have quite a hard time adjusting to. If a German doesn't like something you're doing, there's a very good chance that they'll tell you about it right away. Also, if a German is in a bad mood, they probably aren't going to be overly nice to you. Some Americans may be used to a much less direct and more smiley approach, so it makes sense they might be put off by this directness. Since I was born here and my mother was German, I get it. But I know some Americans can really struggle with this. So I think it's a good idea to be aware and try not to take this too personally. On the other hand, there are also plenty of people here that are warm and friendly too. For example, many Germans will be willing to answer any questions you have and help out when needed. The funny thing is that no matter how grumpy a German is, I found that being genuinely nice to them and not getting offended is the best approach. Okay, those are some of the key questions you should ask yourself if you're thinking about moving to Germany. There are certainly more. I feel like I've barely scratched the surface of this topic, so stay tuned and we'll return to this topic in a later video. But that's it for now. I hope this has been helpful. Tschüss, bis später.